why I stopped eating these tortillas right here. All right, let's get ready for the Nashville rodeo. What do you guys think? This has helped me so much. Like, how good does that look? Okay, y'all, we have got to talk about why I stopped eating these tortillas right here. These tortillas are everybody's favorite. I feel like everyone raves about how amazing they are and how awesome they are for a calorie deficit and, you know, to hit those protein and fiber goals, which they are. And I actually fell into it as well until I actually found 2 other tortilla brands. And I was like, wait, these taste better for some reason. And I kind of clocked and realized that these Mission tortillas, I don't even own them. That's why I don't even have them in my hand to show you guys. But these ones right here, they taste quite fake. Like, they just don't even taste real. And that's why I realized that I actually prefer the taste of the La Banderita tortillas. But I found ones even better. When it comes to food, there's no perfection, okay? It's very rare that you will find like an ingredient list that is absolutely perfect, and it's also gonna hit that taste mark and the macro mark and everything, right? So we're gonna talk about worst, better, and then I will share with you guys what is the best option. But let's just take a look at the ingredients for the Mission tortillas. So I have them pulled up on my phone right here, y'all. So in terms of macros, these tortillas look like a girl's dream, okay? 1 tortilla is 70 calories, 17 grams of fiber, 6 grams of protein. But if you look at the ingredients in this, they're using, first of all, first red flag, vegetable shortening, which is essentially just vegetable oils. It says hydrogenated soybean oils, which looks like they're specifically using soybean oils. So that's the first red flag there. However, I try my best to limit seed oils in my diet, but it's kind of hard to limit it completely. So that's not even the main issue here. So if you look closely, one of the things in here that I already just do not like is cellulose gum. Now, this is in a lot of different things. It's essentially kind of like an emulsifier slash thickener. But the problem with cellulose gum is it can cause a lot of bloating and gas in a lot of people, and they don't even realize why they're getting bloated after the foods they're eating. And it's usually because it contains this ingredient and other ones. Now, they also have stevia in here, which I'm not a huge fan of stevia. I have read a lot of research about its effects on gut health, and apparently it can cause digestive discomfort. So again, another reason why you could potentially be experiencing discomfort after eating these sorts of ingredients and not even realizing it. Not to mention the long list of preservatives in this ingredient list. Now, okay, let's go to better over here. Now, the La Banderita ones I absolutely love and I have been using, and I still eat these ones. They're not 100% perfect, but they do contain less preservatives, although they do still contain preservatives. And my favorite green flag about this brand, they use extra virgin olive oil. So right there, it automatically makes it better because you're completely avoiding these soybean oils that the Mission tortillas use, which to me, that right there alone is the reason to make a switch. And I like the taste of these better. The Mission ones, like, they just, at first I liked them and I was happy with them, but then once I tried the La Banderita ones, I was like, wait, these ones taste a little fresher. Like, they don't taste quite as like thick and fake and processed. And now I can't even eat the Mission tortilla ones. Like, actually, I was at Costco and I by accident bought the Mission ones. So I had a giant bag in my fridge and I was like, whatever, I'm just gonna have them. I don't wanna waste food, right? Guys, like, I could barely even eat them. I don't know why. I don't like the taste of them anymore. Once you go La Banderita or the other brand I'm about to show you, you can't go back to the Mission ones. They just start to taste overly processed and fake, okay? That right there makes them a lot better. Let's go over the macros for this one. 1 tortilla, and again, these are comparable size. These are the soft taco size. So they're the same size as the Mission ones. 60 calories. So you're actually saving 10 calories. Score. And then 4 grams of protein and 12 grams of fiber. Yes, it has less fiber and less protein. You're talking about 2-gram difference in protein, which, yes, 2 grams extra protein is amazing, but not when you're sacrificing it to eat vegetable shortening and soy oil and a bunch of extra preservatives and stevia and all that, okay? This one does have 12 grams of fiber, whereas the other ones have 17 grams. But I mean, again, it's just not worth sacrificing. There's kind of a balance between macros matter, but also like ingredients as well, and balancing the both. Okay, y'all know I put so much effort and time into my health right before getting pregnant, and I cannot stress how important that is because it just helps you have an easier pregnancy, easier postpartum. And so I'm so happy that I really focused on how I felt weight-wise, skincare-wise, and also just how I felt on the inside. And this is where Mochi Health comes in, okay? So they connect you with licensed medical providers to develop a plan completely tailored to your needs specifically, whether that be weight loss needs, anti-aging solutions, sexual health, skincare, nausea, like the list goes on. Anything that you're struggling with, they're going to be able to connect you with a licensed medical provider who can develop a plan specifically for you. So it's not a one size fits all. I absolutely love that. And the best part about it all is it's so convenient and easy because it's all done online. So you're not having to manage so many different appointments and go drive there and wait for Lord knows how long. So I absolutely love that it's done right in the convenience of your own home. That changes everything for me because it makes healthcare accessible and convenient. So if you want to level up your health game and feel the best that you can, go ahead and use my link to get $40 off your first month with Mochi Health. I'm going to leave the link in the description box down below. And a huge thank you to Mochi Health for sponsoring today's video. Okay, now for the absolute best, my fave, tried and true, the Real Good flour tortillas. You guys, these right here, amazing, okay? Much shorter of an ingredient list, still not perfect ingredient wise. They still do have modified wheat starch, vital wheat gluten, which, you know, some people are not a huge fan of, and it still does have guar gum. But other than that, it has a lot less gums. The other ones that we've shown had xanthan gum, guar gum, and cellulose gum, so just a ton more. And they use beef tallow instead of vegetable oils. So absolutely love that this one and the La Benderita one use olive oil and beef tallow. Like that's just a huge win, you guys. When you look at the ingredients on this, way less preservatives, way less gums, does still contain some preservatives. The ingredient list on this is not perfect at all, but just overall it is the better choice out of the other ones. And when we look at the macros of this one now, I do want to point out the Real Good brand, they need to come up with like different size tortillas now. That's got to be their next thing because they only have, I think, one size as far as I know, and it's a much larger size. Like we're talking about like this size versus the Mission one and the La Benderita ones are like this. So the Real Good ones are like this, just way bigger, more of a burrito size tortilla, okay? So the calories and protein content are not as comparable. 90 calories for the Real Good one, which is amazing. I feel like that's comparable calories once you shrink the size. It probably will be about 60 calories like the La Benderita ones, and then 10 grams of protein in this one tortilla. Now, I'm curious to do the math. Should I do the math? I think that is still slightly more protein than the other ones. Let's see. Yeah, you're getting 0.11 gram of protein per calorie, I think that is. I don't even know if I did the math correctly, but either way, it is slightly higher protein content per calorie for these Real Good tortillas, meaning even when they shrink the size and make it the same size as the Mission and La Benderita ones, it's probably gonna have about 6.5 to 7 grams of protein versus the other two. I mean, I absolutely love the macros on these. The fiber, 13 grams of fiber on this, so a little bit less fiber because the La Benderita ones have 12 grams of fiber and it's a much smaller tortillas and less calories. So definitely a little less fiber, but still great amount of fiber, great protein, and you're having a way better ingredient list, y'all. So overall, I feel like these ones are the best if you are looking for your classic, like higher protein, higher fiber flour tortilla, okay? We're not talking about tortillas in general because I think overall the siete tortillas, the almond flour ones, are probably the best just like overall health-wise. I do not like them. I just do not. I don't like the taste. I'm very like, my favorite food in the world is Mexican food and tacos and burritos. And I just like, I've got to pick an option that's a good balance between like taste and ingredients and macros because the almond flour tortillas from Siete, they just don't do it for me when it comes to tacos and burritos. So I just cannot. So if you're looking for something that has the good taste of like a classic flour tortilla, but you want better ingredients and better macros, I think the Real Good is your best option, then the La Benderita, and then the Mission. Honestly, just don't even eat the Mission ones. Please don't. Stop buying them. All right, let's get ready for the Nashville Rodeo. Okay, obviously I can't drink these right now, but these were my fave before I was pregnant. I'm gonna give this one to my hubby. I'm so jealous. Now listen, y'all know I'm not a big drinker, but these are so incredibly light. They're not strong or heavy at all, but they taste incredible. They're not overly sweet. They're just the absolute perfect balance. My two faves, mango and also cucumber mint, but they also have blackberry thyme and lavender lemon. So such a good variety of flavors for everyone. Tempop is made with local Tennessee honey and local Tennessee vodka. I absolutely love that it's all local in Tennessee. This is the seltzer of the South, y'all. If there's any seltzer you're gonna buy this summer, let it be Pop, my absolute favorite. I cannot wait. This might be the first thing on my list after birth to drink. 10 Pop was created by two of the most incredible people on this earth, y'all, who have quickly become like family to us. We met them about 2 months after moving to Nashville, and they're just incredible human beings. They have two incredible daughters who are Kylo's little besties, and we're just so proud of them. The fact that they have been able to create this while being working parents is mind-blowing. They truly inspire me every single day. Like, I'm inspired. I am so sorry, y'all, but I am filming an Instagram reel at the same time, so it's just like hard to do both. So I'm sorry if I'm like jumping from one and then all of a sudden I'm like ready and then I'm back on here. But I'm so excited that 10 Pop is sponsoring the Nashville Rodeo. I've never been to a rodeo, so I'm so excited to go. And it's Kylo's first time too, and he's like, "Mommy, what's a rodeo?" So we showed him videos and he was like floored. So he's going to be so excited. It is from 5 to 11. So I did take my scheduled pregnant nap today because I would not be able to survive if I didn't. You know, grandma life and pregnant life. I mean, I was like this before pregnancy, let's be real. And it's even worse now that I'm pregnant. I am still using mostly all non-toxic beauty, mostly, like I would say 90%. And I really don't wear foundation anymore, which is wild to me because I used to be the foundation queen. We're just gonna scrape whatever's left over here, okay? As you can see, this is very well loved. But I am a big conceal and bronze girly now. Like, I do not even bother putting foundations. And can I just say, it's made my life so much easier, especially as a mom. I can still look pretty. Y'all, I am so sorry. I went ahead and did my face and filmed it for Instagram and I forgot to turn on the camera here. I am so sorry. I know you're gonna hate me, but I just played the footage of the Instagram so you guys can at least see that. But this is where we are at, okay? And you see how like the skin just looks good. I only have concealer and cream and powder bronzer. And it just like looks good. You can even take like a empty brush and just like go over everything so that the product you did put on, like the bronzer you did put on, kind of just like marries into the rest of your face a little bit so that it's not like super obvious you don't have foundation. I mean, this is what I've been doing lately, y'all. My nose sometimes is like a little red underneath, just I think from blowing allergy season. I actually haven't had bad allergies, but I've been having a little bit of blowing needed. Like, look how good that looks, you guys. Are we not living for it? So I am officially 12 weeks pregnant and about half of my clothes don't fit. I am gaining weight much quicker this time than I did with Kylo, and it's not even quicker. It's just, I think I'm gaining the majority of the weight in a different trimester. I will do like more discussions on this, but with Kylo, I had extreme hunger in the second trimester and I gained weight a little kind of rapidly in the second trimester. In this pregnancy, I've had extreme hunger in the first trimester. I think I'm just like gaining it now versus in the second trimester. I kind of realized that because at first I was freaking out and I was like, oh my God, I'm like already gaining weight. Like that means I'm going to be an actual whale by the end of my pregnancy. Like, no, I cannot allow that to happen, right? But then I'm like, no, Amy, I think you're just gaining it at a different time and it'll all level out at the end. Because I'm actually feeling a lot better now. Like that extreme hunger is much more tamed. So I'm actually able to manage it now. I've slowed down on the eating. I'm able to kind of like restrict a little bit more. And when I say restrict, I'm not saying like I'm not on a calorie deficit. I'm still eating enough calories to maintain my weight. But like I'm able to like control myself a little bit more, you know what I mean? Whereas like, man, 2 weeks ago, I was just like ravaging hungry bull and nothing could come in my way. And it's like, if I was starving, I'd be starving every 2 hours and need like a full meal every 2 hours. So it was just really hard to control. And it's just like better now. So it's just a different timing because that happened with me with Kylo, but in the second trimester. And it doesn't seem as bad because you're already halfway through your pregnancy. So the weight gain seems fine. But when you gain weight more early on, you think like, oh my God, that means I'm gonna like gain triple. Not necessarily, because it usually like stops. Do you know what I mean? So anyways, that's kind of like a realization that I had. Favorite lip liner, by the way, as you can tell, it is teeny tiny, okay? It is so good. My go-to lately has been liner and gloss. It's just that perfect happy medium between like glam, but like a really soft, natural, clean glam, especially since I do not have foundation on. I feel like full-blown, full coverage lipstick just doesn't really match the rest of the vibe of the face. Clean, natural, and under 10 minutes. All right, I know I've worn this dress a million times, but it's one of the only dresses that fit me right now and are actually really comfortable. And just like look good with the bump. Okay, so don't judge, let a pregnant girl live. These are your girl's first pair of cowgirl boots. How cute are they? I wouldn't be a Nashville girly if I didn't own a pair of cowgirl boots. Okay, so I had to. I'm gonna put on socks when I'm actually ready to leave. I cannot. What do you guys think? So cute. Show you the full vibe. I'm probably gonna fix up something a little small to eat before we go, and then we're gonna head a little early because Nashville traffic is not a joke after like 4 o'clock. Okay, so I will see you guys at the Nashville rodeo.
This vision needed someone. That's all without trying to cash a check. They're number 7 and number 9.
I have had some sort of sinus infection. I don't know, but I've had like the worst congestion, a little bit of a sore throat. I'm on day 3 now and I'm feeling way better. This has helped me so much. He's playing with the camera right now. This has helped me so much because I really don't want to take medication while I'm pregnant. I would take it if it was totally necessary. Like if I really needed an antibiotic or medication, I would. But I wanted to try to beat it naturally first. Wow, that's cool. I'm telling y'all, this is like a magic potion. It's amazing for allergies. It's amazing if you're sick and you don't want to use medication. It's incredible for lymphatic drainage, clearing your liver. Like I used this before pregnancy for lymphatic drainage and mainly liver clearance. And then as soon as I was sick, I was like, I need to get this again because I know it's gonna help me. And I haven't used any medication. It's helped me so much. The first day when I was sick, I had a pretty like decent sore throat and this helped me tremendously the first day already. So this is, I'll pop it up here, but it's like lemon, ginger, coconut oil, a little bit of salt, something else. I'll put the whole recipe up here. Yeah, baby? Oh yes, let's see. Let's take a picture of the yard. Look at that. By the way, this little camera is so fun for kids. I will link it down below, but they can like take pictures and then it prints. It's so cool.
But who pictures?
What? So I'm about to down this. I'm day 3. I'm feeling so much better. And I just want to like finish it off with this because I know it's going to help me feel a lot better.
Did you get watercolors?
And it actually doesn't taste as bad as you would think it does. I think it's like the water and the coconut oil that tames it. I do not have a bra on right now, so I'm covering this, but this little jumper is so comfy if you are pregnant. It's so like loose. I wore this exact jumper when I wasn't pregnant and it was so comfortable, but like look at how much room there is for the belly still. And this is a medium. So I feel like this jumper is perfect if you just like being comfortable and you're not even pregnant. And then it can transition into pregnancy too. It's so awesome, you guys. Yeah, so cute. It comes in multiple different colors. Did you overfill it?
Yes.
It comes in multiple different colors, so I will link it. This has literally been my go-to breakfast this pregnancy. It's literally just a scrambled egg, and then I put cheese on top and 2 slices of bacon. And then I will take 1 slice of sourdough, cut that in half. I have eaten this like every single day for the past like 6 weeks, okay? Spread some butter on it. This is how I spread butter. Okay, and then this is legit just a scrambled egg. I put a slice of cheese on top, 2 turkey bacon slices. Put that right there. How good does that look, you guys? I cannot. Like, how good does that look? And because you're using sourdough and cutting it in half, like it's really not that high in calorie and you got great protein. You got your egg in there. This is it right here. Kylo's staring at me.